says they're trying to meet you halfway. So, I mean, at this stage of the game, since you are at loggerheads, what is the off-ramp here?
Look, the off-ramp here is to solve the problem, to spend less than we spent last year. That's not that difficult. They still want to spend more. You cannot do that. No household would do that. Look, I explained this before.
Plan is unreasonable.
Well, they don't have a plan. They never passed anything. So, and you can't spend more money the next year than you spent this year. Look, I've explained this before. A debt ceiling, so the American people understand, is having a credit card. You raised and you hit the limit. So year after year, you just kept raising the limit. So you're paying more interest. So now in America, 17 cents out of every dollar that comes in just goes to interest. But now you owe so much on your credit card. You have to pay it. But you owe more than you make in an entire year. So now for America, we owe more on our debt than our whole economy is worth, 20% more. So should you just raise the debt limit, or should you literally think, let's eliminate some waste? If we had spent money, billions of dollars, for a pandemic that money has sat there for 2 years, pull it back. If we can have a provision to help people find jobs, let's do that. If we can find a way that cut red tape to let people go back and build things in America and make us energy independent and not beholden to China, let's do that. That's all we're asking. We're being reasonable.
Yes. The fact that you're going to need Democratic votes, probably in the House, definitely in the Senate. You have a Democrat in the White House. Why not offer a single concession beyond saying we're not going to default?
We've offered a lot of concessions. The cap on the spending is a Democrat idea. The work requirement was a Democrat idea. I can't help it if the Democrats have become so extreme and now is a party of Bernie Sanders than the party where Joe Biden was elected. Joe Biden is the president of the United States. He is the head Democrat. But if AOC and Bernie Sanders is going to run their party, that's not my fault. I'm not even sure Bernie Sanders is a registered Democrat.
Speaker, if the president does not agree to exactly what you want, are you willing to blow past this?
Okay, first of all, your premise of your question is all wrong. When have I ever said you have to agree to 100% of what I want? All I've ever said to the president from February 1st, let's talk. There's only a couple things I will not do, Mr. President. I will not raise taxes. Why? Because we are bringing more revenue in, even to the GDP, not just to the 50-year average, but the history of America. Only 2 other times have we brought in 20% of the GDP, 1944 and 2000. I will not put a clean debt ceiling on the floor. Why? Because we've spent more than we've ever spent before and we have the highest debt than we ever had before. I just don't think that's right. But no, let me finish the question. And then I said to the president, but everything else is on the table. For 97 days, he wouldn't talk to me. So we passed a bill. We're not getting everything in our bill. I'm negotiating with the president. We passed a bill that raised the debt ceiling. If I did what you're saying, we wouldn't be talking. But I sit, and I am sitting and sending our negotiation team down with theirs, their team is highly respected on both sides of the aisle. They know this House and Senate well, and I know together. And maybe you discounted me too. I didn't win Speaker on the first vote. It took 15 rounds. And you know what? I think we're stronger for it. And it's probably we didn't solve this problem on the first negotiation, but it took us 97 days. I firmly believe that we'll be able to get there.
Yes, sir. Your negotiators yesterday said that the concession Democrats were getting was to raise the debt ceiling. So within the room there, what concession are you willing to give in order to save the economy?
I'm willing to make America stronger, to curb inflation, less dependency on China, and spend less than we spent the year before. Because you know what? When we're elected, the power is loaned to us from the American public. Who's representing them? It's not my responsibility to represent the socialist wing of the Democratic Party. If the Democrat socialist wing and Bernie Sanders cared so much, they would have passed the bill. They would have done something on the border. It is not my fault they won't take action. It is not my fault that the president would not meet with me for 97 days. I'm sorry, but the moment he was willing to meet with me, I've been there each and every day. And I firmly believe we will get and solve this problem.
Mr. Speaker, how much time will you give your conference to read the debt ceiling bill once an agreement is reached?
72 hours.
Mr. Speaker, can I get clarity on that?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Jackson Richards. Can I ask you a couple questions on popcorn to my colleague Melina from our sister outlet, NTD?
Okay, ask your question.
Yes. Okay. So, are you afraid that voters will blame Republicans for this crisis and any possible default, and what gives you hope that a deal can still be reached?
Well, first of all, I don't think there'll be a default, and I don't see how you would blame Republicans. If there's any blame Republicans have, we're the only ones who acted. So if the American public didn't want if they get rewarded for not taking an action and ignoring a problem, the Democrats are going to win that award every day. They did that with Title 42 on the border. They've done that with inflation. They lied to us and told us it was transitory. They did that with the debt ceiling. They told us we shouldn't talk. So I'm sorry. If you want to blame Republicans for solving problems, we'll take that blame every day.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.